people of the interwebs and surrounding universes. It's your host here, Emily B, back with another video. Today we're going to be taking a quick little break from the commentary content and doing a full face of first impressions. So I wanted to do a full makeup look using products that I had never tried before. All the products that I purchased for this video, I already wanted to purchase, but I thought, people do these types of videos all the time. This looks pretty fun, so let's try it out and see how everything works together. I got a big package from Colourpop. I got a lot of stuff because their site is just so enticing. They have so many fun things to buy. I've never tried Colourpop in my entire life, none of their products, so I just wanted to take this opportunity to give them a try. First of all, can we talk about this adorable packaging from Colourpop? I just love good packaging. Alrighty, I'm starting out with my eyebrows already done because I didn't have a new brow product to try. So I just went with Old Faithful. I used the NYX Eyebrow Powder Pencil in the shade Taupe. For my base, I'm going to be going in with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer. And this is what the packaging looks like. And I'm going to be using the shade Fair 1N. I'm just gonna pump some on the back of my hand. That should be enough. And I'm just going to take a beauty sponge and dab that all over my face to distribute it. Now I'm going to buff that in with this same sponge. All right, first impression before I blend in the other side. This tinted moisturizer definitely has a good amount of coverage. Now, I wasn't expecting a ton of coverage because, like I said, it's a tinted moisturizer, and I wanted my natural imperfections, if you will, to show through. But it really did neutralize a lot of the redness that I was aiming to get rid of. So, yeah, and I think it's a really good shade match for me too. The tinted moisturizer is now tapped into my face, and first off, it's very lightweight. I really do think this is a great substitute if you're not a foundation wearer, because I really don't wear thick foundations very often because my skin's just a weird combination of oily and dry patches, and I find it really hard to get an even base if I'm wearing super thick foundations. So I definitely see myself reaching to use this again. This will probably become a staple of my collection, so that's a win. Next, we're going in for some color correcting. Now, I don't normally do this step in my day-to-day makeup look, but I wanted to try it out because I've been having a pretty bad problem with my under eye circles. So I wanted to try some color correcting to see if I could kind of get rid of some of that darkness under my eyes. So I will be trying today the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer in the shade Peach Corrector. So I didn't go with a full-on orange color corrector simply because my skin is very fair and I was afraid that a true orange concealer would look crazy on me. Okay, I am just going to go straight in under my eye circles. I'm kind of going to be focusing in a U shape. You can see where my problem areas are. So I'm just going to be going over that with the peach concealer. That's it. That's the look. I am complete. Now I'm going to wet my beauty sponge a little bit just with some setting spray, and then we'll tap away in the same U shape that I did my concealer in. But so far I really do think that it has helped cover my dark circles, or at least I can tell a difference. I don't know if you guys can on camera. The next product I'll be trying today is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Now I have the matte camo concealer from e.l.f. and I used it for a while, but like I said earlier, I have combination skin, but it's mostly on the dry side. And any sort of mattifying base product like concealers or foundations just generally don't work well on me because it catches to my dry patches and just makes me look crusty and dusty. And I don't want to look crusty and dusty. I want to look glowy and beautiful. So this is what the component looks like. I am going in with the shade Fair Warm. I'm gonna heat a little bit up on the back of my hand with my finger. And then with my finger that I used to warm it up with, just dab it under my eye. Now with my beauty sponge, I'm going to tap in the concealer. So far, so good. I think this looks beautiful. The shade's very brightening on my face, but it doesn't make me look ghostly. First impressions, baby, it is working for me. I would definitely suggest trying this if you would like a cheap concealer, because I don't remember how much it was. I think it was like $6 or $7, if that. And it's very, very skin-like. It's not too wet. It just dries down to look like my skin, but better, you know? And I definitely think that the color correction helped quite a bit, because I cannot see my dark circles as much whatsoever. Now that I'm done concealing my under eyes, I'm going to go in and spot conceal certain areas that have a little bit more redness still, and then we'll get back to the rest of the makeup look. All right, next, to set the under eye before it dries down completely, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Face HD High Definition Matte Pressing Powder. I'm just going to be dabbing a little bit under my under eye just to set it before we do our eyeshadow. Alrighty, now that we are set and ready to move on to the rest of the face, let's go into cheeks. Since I didn't buy a bronzer with my Colourpop stuff or any of my new products, I'm just gonna use the one that I always use, which is the LA Colors Shimmer Bronzer. I just use it very lightly to warm up the outer edges of my face before I put on blushes, because I feel like it helps everything blend together. Alright, today for blush we are going to be trying out the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Count Me In. I've heard really, really good things about the Super Shock blushes from Colourpop and the Super Shock eyeshadows. So I have high expectations for this, so hopefully it won't let me down. Warm some up on my finger and just start dabbing it into my skin. Maybe I should be using a sponge. I think that may react better with it. All right, so far so good. I'm kind of having a learning curve with the cream blush ordeal, but I don't think it's bad. I just don't think I'm good at it yet. I definitely think the shade is very pretty though. It does react well with my other base products, which is a big test of a cream product, because a lot of cream products tend to lift the makeup underneath or blend weird with it. And so far, I think this is looking pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna dab a little bit and put it on the tip of my nose, and we will call it a day for blush. Next, dun da da da, the main event, the Colourpop Blush Crush Palette. Look at all these beautiful shades. I am so excited to dive into all of these, and I have no idea what look I'm going for today, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, going in with a fluffy blending brush, and it's just stained on the ends. It doesn't have anything on it. I think I'm gonna do a mixture of The One and Lovesick, and I'm going to place that all over the lid as my base color. Now that we have that base color laid down, I'm going to start deepening up the crease with, let's go with the color Cheek to Cheek, this middle one down here. All right, going in with Cheek to Cheek on a smaller, more dense packing brush and just dabbing that into a wing shape. On my fluffy blending brush, I'm going to go in with a combination of Cheek to Cheek, the one we just stamped into our crease, and The One. And we're just going to go in circular motions and blend it out. That is blending out beautifully in my opinion. The color is lifting just a little bit, like right here, but I think it may just be because of the concealer I have on. I'm not gonna blame the shadow. Now, I don't do one eye at a time. I would not be able to keep my symmetry if I did, so I'm gonna go ahead and repeat this crease color on the other side. All right, now that we've got that transition shade in check, we are going to be going in with a deeper shade now. So just going in with that same dense brush that I had, we're going to be dipping into Blush Wine and stamping that in. That color is Beautiful. Okay, that shade is laid. Now we need to blur it out and make it a little bit more demure. So I'm going to go in with How Rouge and blend into my lid. But going in with that same color and a little bit of Meiju Blush, which is a lighter pink shade, I'm just going to blend those two together a little bit and go over the top of this wing shape and blur it out a little bit. Now for the lid, I'm going to cut my crease a little bit using the concealer that we tried earlier. Now that the crease is cut and while the concealer is still tacky, I'm going to go in with the shade Blossom Up, which is kind of a gold pink shift, sparkly shade. And I'm gonna go in with my finger with that, just because I like to apply glitter shades more often than not. If I'm applying them to the lid, I'll do it with my finger. And I'm just gonna pat that on. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. Just for a little bit more pizzazz, I'm gonna go in with Pop a Bottle, this bright, just true silver sparkle shade right in the center of the lid. Oh yeah. Now to blend everything together, I'm going to just go in with a little bit more of How Rouge and blend in the outer corner with the lid. And repeat the same thing on the other side. All right, in the inner corner, I'm going in with Pop a Bottle yet again, because I feel like that will be a gorgeous inner highlight shade. And I was right. Jeez, that's beautiful. All right, now that the inner corner is highlighted, I'm going to go in with a combination of Cheek to Cheek and How Rouge and go under my lower lash line to add a little bit of definition. Next things next, we're gonna do eyeliner. And generally I use a black eyeliner, but recently I've been wanting to try brown. So I'm going in with the Colourpop liquid liner in the shade Grande. I like that reference because I used to work at Starbucks. Gonna give it a good shake. And I'm just gonna go in and follow the wing that we already created with the eyeshadow. This liner is wonderful. Definitely going to be using this in my day-to-day makeup routine now. Like, I love this color because it's not so light brown that it can't show up in a more dramatic look like this, which I definitely appreciate. I didn't have anything new to try for highlight today, but I did want to recommend a fantastic drugstore highlight to you guys. This is the Wet n Wild highlighting powder. It's in the shade Blossom Glow, which is just kind of a pinky shade. They also have some for darker skin tones, like more golden shades and stuff. But I use this every single day and it has never failed me. Last but not least, we are on to lips. Today we're going to be doing the Colourpop Lippy Stick in the shade Lumiere. Kind of a satin finish, I would say. It's not fully matte. I don't know if it's gonna dry down to be matte, but now I don't want a fully matte lip, so I am gonna pop some gloss on top of this. Alrighty y'all, I'm just gonna set my face and then give you my final thoughts. Alrighty everybody, this is the finished look. I feel like it turned out really well. I am not a makeup artist by any means, but with what I got, everything was really easy to work with, and I will be using all of these products from here on out. Luckily for my cheapskate ass, none of them were fails. I would have hated if they were fails because I hate wasting money on things that I'm not gonna use. My particular favorites are the concealer, definitely the eyeshadow palette, and the eyeliner, because the eyeliner was just so pigmented and easy to work with, and I tend to struggle with my eyeliner, so that is saying something. All in all, everything was fantastic, and my first impressions of the Colourpop brand and everything that I got from them is that it's a really, really good quality makeup for a cheaper price than normal luxury brands. It was definitely great quality, and I would recommend any of these products to you guys if you're looking to try them out. Alrighty guys, that's really all I had to say today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and until next time guys, much love.